maybe some husbands like wives, or some girlfriends and boyfriends or whatever, and some don't, you know, but it's just up to the couple. If they just want to send us a donation,
sure,
that would be fine, you know. But a lot of people come, tell you the truth, to find out things, you know, just like you go to different meetings to find out about maybe people in the news or newspaper or something like that.
I bet a lot of folks, not to cut you off, Harry, I bet a lot of folks pay just to come check out your house.
Not only that, but people come because they know people that we have there can answer any question that you might have about a cat.
That's a good point, yeah.
Any question that you might have.
Of course, they'll do that if you called, if a viewer called 448-9471, asked for Karen or John or any of the volunteers with Save-R-Cats. I'm sure they'll answer all those questions anyway without having to pay $75 a person or $130 a couple, but to come to you and Mary Jane give tours of your home that night.
Yes, we show them around the house. And
a magnificent home, yeah. How large is that, Harry? 10,000 square feet?
8,000, something like that.
8,000 square feet. Yeah, that is
9,000.
Probably not many homes up and down the Strand. That right there on the water, it's a beautiful home.
It's on the waterway, yes, sir. It's nice, quiet. I like it because it's real quiet, you know, and there are no motorcycles or anything like that. And generally, we have a real nice party. Everybody comes, they really like it, and they get dressed up.
The Meow Contest. Share with viewers if they haven't attended. Of course, we want to talk about some other things going on, both here in the area and otherwise, but the Meow Contest is something you've been doing year after year.
Yeah, we have a Meow Contest. Generally, it's for women that think or want to try to meow like a cat, or someone think they can meow like a cat. And then we have a cash prize for first place. But it's real interesting. I know Dr.
Susan Van Epps.
Susan Van Epps. She won it, I think, a couple of times where they had to disqualify her.
Because she's so good at it.
She's in the Cat Meow Hall of Fame now.
I bet she is.
So she's not allowed to be in it, but she's going to be there. I saw her the other night, and I gave her a couple tickets. She'll be at the party.
Good, good.
And frankly, there are a lot of people at the party that can tell you other things. You know, a lot of people don't want to talk about cats. There'll be bankers here. Maybe you're a banker, different people, and doctors, things like that.
I met a dating coach at the cat ball last year, young lady.
And actually, I don't know if they want me to tell it on air.
Oh, please
on the air, but there's one couple in town at our first cat ball. They met, and they got married.
Sally Edmiston married Paul Peoples.
And Paul Peoples, right. And
that's right. They met at the cat ball, which was at the convention center years ago.
And they come to every single cat ball now, and they support us. But
I love it.
That was interesting because I think how it happened was she was with her girlfriends and he was there, and they were going home, and she said, "Well, I want to stay some more," and then he said, "I'll give you a ride home," and bingo, that's
how it works.
Yeah, so
thanks to cats.
You never know.
I wonder if they have some cats now.
If there are single people out there, you know, come to this party. You never know who you're going to meet.
Future husband or wife.
That's right. That's right.
That is tremendous, Harry. Well, we got about 7 or 8 minutes. You know, there's so much that has to go into preparing for an event, but it's not all about fun and games. It's not all about the cat ball. I mean, this is serious stuff there. Feral cats, stray cats, obviously the trap, neuter return, TNR is something that Save-R-Cats has really been working hard to get the word out. And you said if folks pick up the phone and call 843-448-9471, they can talk to a professional like John or Karen and to find ways that they can be involved in supporting if they don't have dollars to give. But even some time. Do you take volunteers?
Yeah, we're always looking for volunteers. We have some volunteers, but naturally they come and go and they get tired, they move away, and you know, it's a, like you said, it's a volunteer job, and some people can only do so much, and they have to go to work and try to make some money because it's hard to make money off of these cats. But
you know, what about your love affair with cats here? You said it was only in your 40 or 45 that you picked up. Is it Mary Jane, your bride, who is big into cats?
We ran into a cat, We never had cats, and then I think the people that had the restaurant on the north end there, they had some cats there. It was over at, I'm trying to think of the name of it.
The restaurant. You also bumped into a cat. I remember when we interviewed you years ago up at the Radisson, now Sheridan. You bumped into a cat at Wimbledon, I think.
No, I went to the New York Open one year, and I was driving. I parked over there, I don't know, I think it's in, it's not Bronx, but anyway, I parked, and I was going to walk a long way to the Open, so I parked, and there was this little cat in the bushes sitting there, you know, this baby cat.
Yeah.
So I saw the cat. I was going to it at about 11 o'clock, and then they had about 2 or 3 rainouts that day, so I was coming back, It was already dark that night,
Right.
and then I looked over there, and that same cat was sitting there. You know, I figured if I don't pick up this cat, I'm going to have the worst luck in the world. You know, I'll probably get killed before I get back to the city. So I picked up the cat and then took it to the city, and then got a box for it and a carrier, and then bought a ticket on Spirit, and the cat's in Myrtle Beach. You know. So,
is that right? The cat's down here now. It's actually with y'all.
One of my tennis coaches. Yeah.
That's tremendous.
No.
That is tremendous.
Cat's still here from New York. Actually, we have 3 cats from New York City that I got that are really great cats, and 3 sisters, and they're still in Myrtle Beach. They're about 10 years old now.
That's a great, Harry. I want to keep talking about about cats and Sav-R-Cats International. You'd highlighted that you're real familiar with the real estate industry. Randy Wallace was with us yesterday, talking about real estate market trends and where we're headed. And we were thinking, when is the condo market, and I know we talked about that earlier, when is the condo market coming back? How are you feeling about that? That's a real issue. Randy talked a little bit about it yesterday, and I'd like to keep talking about cats, but we've just got a couple more questions about that. I was just thinking about the real estate market. Are you feeling okay now?
Not really.
That's
not
not
the real
good.
estate
Come on.
market.
Let's sound a little more
But,
positive here, please.
I don't know the experts. I know some people that are supposed to be experts in it, and they say, and actually they teach it in graduate school in Columbia, USC, that most of these are 6-year cycles.
Okay.
So supposedly the condo market was at the top at 2005.
Right.
So then as you go down, we're probably down, you know, going down to 2008, we're almost hitting the bottom, and then it'll go up 2009, 10, 11. When it hits 2011, it should be at the top of the next cycle. But I mean, that's a long time away. There are going to be a lot of broke people before then, probably me. But
me.
Actually, as you go up to 9, now, you know, it takes a couple years to build them. So naturally, if you can start in 9, be ready in 11. But then you'd have to get the right prices. But I think the market will be back in 11. I think the prices will be way higher, because I notice the prices at Miami Beach right now are holding.
Are they really?
South Beach, they're holding on the beach. They were like $1,200, $1,000, but I talked to some people down there lately. I'm talking about South Beach. The prices are still holding about $750, $800 a square foot. But they
That's
were
tremendous.
And
now
if you go up the beach now, like 110 15th Street up there, they're down. They've dropped about $300 or $400 a square foot.
Is that right? Wow.
As you start moving up. But I think that when the market comes back here, this is my opinion, because the materials are still going up as fast as they can with this oil problem, and copper and this and wire and concrete. I'm thinking when they come back in 2011 that the units here will be selling at $700 to $750 a square foot.
Is that right? Wow.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
So naturally, that's going to be the time you'll make the money if you can hold out that long.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I suspect Harry Pavilack can hold out that long. Well, of course, you've been in the industry a long time. Randy talked yesterday about, you know, in the late 80s, he took a big hit, but he came out and obviously he formed Cana Corporation in 88, and is celebrating 20 years this year.
We were in Texas in the 90s. That's when all the banks went under, you know, and then we were buying like 3-bedroom, 2-bath houses for $7,000.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
$7,000?
$7,000. But the problem was that it was hard to get a bank to finance it, because all the banks in Texas were in trouble, and the RTC took them over. And now with this subprime thing, it looks like it's about the same thing. I mean, we were looking at houses yesterday. I had one of my men, in fact, he's sitting out here, pull up some numbers last night. You know, and there are houses in Cleveland and all that you can buy $900 to $1,000. We saw one as low as $250 in Detroit. So some of these different markets, naturally, they're markets where you say, well, who wants to go to Detroit or Cleveland? But then we've been working in Atlanta some, and the prices there have been changing a lot, because the banks so far have been written off about $200 billion. So the money that we're making supposedly is some of that money, and there's probably going to be another $200 billion written off. So if you go to these markets where there are subprime, where there were subprime loans, but you got to realize a subprime loan could be any loan that jumps these 3 points. Like at Grand Dunes, there could be subprime loans, you know, because if they take the jump. But most of them are in smaller, neighborhoods where the houses were going for 100, 200,
right.
250, things like that. I mean, there are houses in Jacksonville, Florida, you can pick up for 10, 14, 15,000 in some areas.
Right? Wow.
In fact, we have people that are sort of looking at these just to figure out the prices, like Cincinnati, a lot of low prices. St. Louis, I think, has some. Now,
really
Texas now is pretty strong.
Here. Yeah.
Austin
We just got
now,
a couple of minutes. I want to make sure we finish
you
highlighting.
Can't really cover it all. You know, you need a.
We're going to have to get you back in another time to highlight the real estate industry.
You're going to have to get a bus. You know what I mean? And
we want to get John Bonsignor back in.
Put John Bonsignor on a bus, and we could ride around and pick up some of these deals.
I've always tried to figure out how to pronounce John's last name. I think you hit it. You said Bonsignor.
Yeah, right.
I thought it was Bonsignor.
He could be singing on the bus, and we'd have to be riding
around
the
singer.
country.
Yeah, he's tremendous.
Picking up these houses for $250, you know.
Absolutely.
Then,
wow.
But I don't know. Subprime market, supposedly, there might be some subprime loans here, but we do a lot of foreclosures, and and the prices aren't down. I don't know. Somehow some markets they just stay up, like here in New York City.
Here, if you had 30 seconds to share with folks why they need to attend the Cat Ball on Saturday, March 29th, what would prompt them to get out there? Why do you think they should be there?
Well, they should be there for two reasons. One, you're going to learn a lot about cats and maybe a little bit about real estate.
Right. Okay.
But no, you'll meet a lot of good people, and you should have a real good time. And you'll remember, people go to a cat ball, somehow they always remember. You know, you go to things, especially dances, charitable events, and, one rolls into the other. But somehow cat balls are different. And I don't know, I've never been to a dog ball, but cat balls are different.
That may be your next group. Harry, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
I like your fancy watch. That's good looking. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with the founder and president of Sav-R-Cats International, Harry Pavilack, coming up next. You've seen him on billboards, on TV, listened to him on the radio talking about protecting and defending your rights. Did you ever imagine this guy a little more than 6 years ago would create a group, help found a group that would be working hard to protect and defend the rights of cats? Cats. It's for real. It's prompted by trips to the New York Open. It's prompted by quarantining neighborhoods in Myrtle Beach like Plantation Point. But it's for real. Sav-R-Cats International. It's the 6th annual Cat Ball. They've had it at the Dunes Club. They've had it at the Radisson the last couple of years here at Harry and Mary Jane's home right there in Plantation Point. You can be a part of it. But you got to pick up the phone, 843-448-9471, 843-448-9471. It's $75 a person, $130 a couple. You heard Harry say it. 3 weeks from tomorrow, Saturday, March 29th. Get out there. It'll be a tremendous evening, 7 p.m., black tie, optional. Get your monkey suit out, get out and support cats, and get out there with Harry, Mary Jane, and all the dedicated, unpaid staff, the volunteers, of which there are a heck of a lot of them, supporting Sav-R-Cats International. Harry Pavilack, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Harry.